My name is John Ibarra. I was born in Grapevine, Texas. I just left Houston, Texas about a year ago. And I am a victim of mind control, gang stalking, electronic warfare, harassment, and it's a violation of my Sixth Amendment, civil rights, and a whole lot more, because it's torture. It's non-consensual. They never had my consent or permission, ever. I always say past, present, or future, and that's just what I say, but I guess the voices, really started hearing in Houston. I'm sure that somebody took my frequencies before then, but they came on, out there. I started hearing them, and I knew that I wasn't crazy because I hear weird things started happening. And I'm not I don't have schizophrenia. I'm not diagnosed with any kind of mental disorder, which they try to. All the symptoms are from that, and that's how it starts. It starts with the voices first, and they come on trying to familiarize with you. Try to make you feel okay with what you're hearing, and they come on using your family's voices, ex-girlfriend's voices, acting like them, their friends, the same mannerisms, everything. It makes situations happen to you that you think that it make you that make you where you get mad at them, and you actually think it's them, and you get mad at them, and you alienate yourself from those people in real life, which it's different people, and they're using their voices, and it's not them. They want you to alienate yourself from them and any kind of friends, family, and because they want it to be in a place where you're unsure, you're confused, you're alone, you don't have anybody to turn to, and then they start working on you in other ways. They try to break you down. They're using the cell towers, to communicate. And my visual cortex, or my optical nerve, is hooked up also, which I knew because they describe things that I see. And then when I leave the house, they're saying the cops got the gun, and then the gang stalking happens. I don't know if it's a potential buyers. I'm pretty sure it's a potential buyers that buy the things, or they watch it, and they snitch. They say he's coming out, or whatever. They go on a line somehow, but they're paying for it. And they distract you. They frustrate you. And they're making money off of me for a fact. They talk all day, all night, acting like like I am with they camouflage their voice with other people's voices, other people's mannerism, and their stuff that I see them do, like turn. Is that how you do it? And they'll turn their head like that. Is that how you do it? And I can see that in my head. It's a visual. And they press a button when they do that. It's camouflaging there because I guess when they can see, or when they're talking through the thing, I'm thinking is it's uh, a little tube, a clear tube about this big, and it's real thin. I don't know if they hide it in their phone things or their the little earphone thing where you talk through. They open that up, put it in there. I've got, I've got license plate numbers, stuff like that. I can identify a lot of them. I went to the FBI. I went everywhere. They act like it's, that they didn't want to mess with me. I guess the people that are doing it have contacts with them, but they are informants, or they do work for, some of them do work for them. I see a couple blonde-haired dudes, following me when I first got to Phoenix, Arizona, and I came up to him and asked him, what are you? So, well, I'm a doctor, and he said, well, I'm a security guard right now. I just seen you, Oh, it stopped him a while from following around. But he's got something to do with it. I've seen a lot of people, and I record stuff on the phone. But, like when I leave the house, they say the cops got the gun, and that means they're handing it off to the gang stalkers, and they're in cars. They're around. They'll come around if I'm at the bus stop. They'll come around and they'll try to make me talk, so they can actually see my mouth move and then hear me. And they say that's confirmation or whatever. To put a face. I guess some of them don't get to see, the visual part. They get to hear. So they do one step at a time. And I don't know, I've reported it, and I went to I've reported it to the FCC. Finally, I didn't know, no one will help me. I don't know what to do. That's why I'm going to post this on YouTube and ask the public's help, because it's going a lot further than the voices now. And, I can see, visualize things, and make things happen in my head. I guess they call that picture in picture. I don't know. I can actually talk, or I can hear myself talking without my mouth moving. That's supposed to be like man-made telekinesis, which I know it's they're doing. I had a situation happen over there at John C. Lincoln, and I had I got hit with the baseball bat in my ankle, and I had went over there to go get some, to go get it looked at. It was still swole, and I noticed before then, I noticed like over there at Union Hills, it was Union Hills and Thunderbird, something like that. There was a lot of things happening, and one of the guys was taking frequencies. Then now I realized he had something in the bush that was shaking, and his truck was behind two garbage trucks, metal, and I did not know what was going on. I just knew I was getting distracted and this and that. I knew something was going on. I didn't know what. And then I started feeling like my blood curdle. It felt like that's physical. Where I don't know. I guess the minerals or whatever in my blood, magnesium or whatever it is, I could feel it actually doing something when I was in John C. Lincoln. And I seen that same guy in the truck roll by outside. And then I seen the blonde girl and somebody else in there, and they had two tubes. There was glass tubes, and it had fluid in it, a brown fluid in it. And to this day, I think I realized that it was iodine radiation. I guess the iodine was it. What it creates, I guess because I felt it before I went into John C. Lincoln over there in Sunny Slope in Phoenix. I felt my blood. I guess they were checking the magnetization or whatever before they, injected it. But I got cornered, and I wasn't on anything. I wasn't anything. I just knew that they were creating me to get confused, and I knew something was going on. And a guy that I've seen over at McDonald's, a crew over there at the Indian School Road and 7th Street or 7th Avenue. There's a McDonald's over there with the Goodwill, and they were all over there, and they were picking wires out of the rocks. It was magnetization. It was a way, and then I seen them all in the Goodwill, and what they were doing was racing the cameras and stuff like that, and doing they were taking my frequency on stuff because my book bag or my bag started getting, it would move certain ways, it would do certain stuff. And that bald-headed guy, it was a white bald-headed guy, and he ended up, the same dude was at the John C. Lincoln. He was in the thing and had an altercation. Anyways, there was a Phoenix police, so-called Phoenix police, and he told me to get on the ground, and there was a canine there, which the canine wasn't barking or growling or anything. He was sitting there whining. He healed when I started, making a big deal. He healed, and the so-called Phoenix police officer told me to sit in a certain situation, certain stance, I was on my knees, and I knew something was going on right then, and then that's when my back had started burning. My upper left torso started burning, and I woke up and the cuffs were on me, and they were inserting a metal rod, in my wrist right here, and I passed out. That's right here where the cuffs were. There's a mark, right there. But he was inserting a metal thing right there, and I passed out. I guess because of the pain, I passed out, and I was there for my leg. You know what I'm saying? I know that something else was happening there. I know it did happen, and all after that, I've been having physical feel stuff happen little by little. I felt, I started feeling like a web go over. I was in the train. I was at the train. I was working at Custom Foods, and I went on the light rail downtown in Central Phoenix, and I felt that stuff. Whatever, I don't know how they released it or whatever. It's electromagnetic stuff or whatever. It went through my central nervous system. I could feel it go through everything. I felt it, and they spread it. And then not too long after that, I felt it in my head, inside, and it went over felt like a web going over my brain. And I could physically feel that, and in my eyeballs too, and the same with my lungs and my organs, and they squeezed my the brain, and as it got tighter and tighter, I get a headache, and what I'm saying, you can feel the pressure. My heart didn't do the same thing, and my lungs, I just started like that, when it squeezed it, and I could feel the pressure on the organs. And I knew they were doing something. And I feel heat. Now I feel heat. I feel heat going through my legs, my feet. And I guess they're heating something up in there. And then they actually they've been putting it in my brain here, plates. I'm feeling shock, like in my teeth. And it's coming through my nerve endings. they put it in my head. And it. I don't know why it's on the top of my head now. I know that it's metal, and I don't know what they're, putting. I'm sure they're gonna shock me in the up there. And I mean like in the knees and stuff like that. Where the heat has dispersed. They can do a number of things like electromagnetic shock or electroshock. They can make you move. Like the magnetic stuff that they use, they can make you move actually, like in the knees and stuff. I was at the ball game and they did it, and I was going to the ground. So I mean, I feel it around my mouth, and when I wake up, they try to talk, and they're talking. You know what I'm saying? Now, in my hands, it's in my tendons. What they're going to try to do is have control of me, actually like a robot, and I don't know, they're making me say that it was voluntary or it was consensual or what, when I hear Catherine Berger's name on there, I hear, and it started happening real bad when I worked for Rock and B Wireless over there in, from Spring, Texas. And this guy Reed, and Beavis was a techie over there, and I didn't even realize what was going on. That weird stuff started happening over there, and I started thinking about the cell towers and stuff, and I think that's a good possibility right there, But what I'm saying is, I probably. They're selling like stuff, and they're saying, they're getting them to gangstalk, and then they watch my mouth move, and then they go to the physical aspect and start pressing buttons, It's called button pushers, and they pay money for this. It's like entertainment for them, so they consider me their entertainment. It's like, I don't know if you ever watched a movie where they put people out there in the future, and they put people out there in the wild or whatever, and they go to killing each other and stuff like that. Well, it's kind of like that. So it's kind of in slavery. It's kind of, I don't know. It's a different. But right now, I'm people's entertainment right now, and I'm not, and it's non-consent. I've never gave anybody consent. I've never signed any papers. Nothing is happening, and a lot of people know about this. A lot of people, it's not right. I mean, I'm getting headaches as we speak because they're putting pressure on, I got pressure points. It's here, right here, in the back, and here, of course, right there. And they press them, and it creates headaches. They've opened up my sinuses. I've been awake when they're doing this, like I said, my lips, they've been burning. I've tasted sulfur dioxide. I don't know what they're talking about, the decompressing thing. Could be the electromagnetic web or what, I'm not sure. But they talk, and I hear, and I know they're doing physical stuff, and I feel, and they're going to make me eventually get in a situation where I'm, like my vocal, I woke up and was speaking. I was in a sleep, and I was speaking, and I was not saying anything, but my, like, involuntary, vocalization, where they're controlling it, what I'm saying, but I'm not doing it. Same way with my mouth. All this right here, they had put the stuff goes through there, and I feel them, and I gotta close my mouth because my mouth starts moving, and it's not me. And this is the truth. And I do predict that they're gonna get me in a situation where something's going to happen, and I say something, and either, what I'm saying, to say that I give them rights to something or something, because there's a lot of money involved somewhere. I'm not getting any, but I know they're doing it for money because they're selling it to people and it's for entertainment. Like they've marked my head back here, my neck, and a vertebrae down here, and I guess that's when everything goes south, and they'll do one at, boom, 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 and they've actually showed me that they pulled one out. I felt it, and they've actually pulled it and put it back in real quick. Nothing happening, but they can, right there, they put electroshock right there. I felt a little, when I close my mouth, there's a loud ring, a high pitched noise, and they also have a high pitched noise when they bring the stuff up. It feels like something crawling under your skin, and that's the magnetization of the stuff going through your skin and bringing it to where they want it at. And they've been bringing it to my head lately, and then when they brought it to the head, the high pitched ringing noise occurs, and then I guess that's when it makes a plate or something. But I know it's happening because I feel it. I'm just letting you know that if they try to kidnap me, or if they try to make me sign something over before something bad happens, I'm letting you know I'm never signing my rights away. I'm never signing anything over to anybody. But if there was anything to go to anybody, it'd be my Aunt Margaret Carr. That's just what it is. My mom's dead, but if that ever happened, I got married when I was 19. I'm never gonna get married again. They keep saying about oh, they're married. I guess this Catherine Berger person has something to do with it. I keep hearing her name. I don't know if it's false. What I'm saying, but they get mad when I repeat the name. But I don't know. This stuff is keeps happening, and I know it's not gonna end up good. I don't know how to get it taken care of. I went to people. I don't know if somebody at the intelligence in the Air Force Base can help me. I don't know who can help me get deprogrammed and actually get the physical stuff. Because iodine radiation, and it's turning into like a metal substance so they can actually do what they want with the magnets, and what I'm saying. It's this crazy stuff. I started researching it, and I started feeling it, and it's like, whoa. So it's the voices, and then the gangstalking, and now the physical aspect, and it's not good. I'm just saying, it's not a movie, it's not an act, it's not any of that. I wish it'd all go away. I wish it wasn't true, but it's true. I'm just letting you know because I feel it. I know that it's not going to end up good. I need to let the public know, and ask for the public's help in Arizona, Phoenix, wherever, because it happens here the most, and I didn't know that. But I'm just asking, does anybody have an experience or knows that, how to get to get tested, and once you're tested and it comes out, positive that you do have, all these symptoms, and get tested, from the frequencies to the iodine radiation to the magnetic stuff. And they know that it's in your body and happening to you. Like the FCC should be able to cut off the stuff that's creating them communicating to you. And I seen that. I've made a report, but I don't know if you've got to get a lawyer, and I'm limited with my sources. I need help. And once that stops, then the physical stuff's gonna, because they're gonna get mad. I need to. I I need some, somebody to, maybe give me some information about it, if possible. They're trying to frustrate me, distract me in every way possible, trying to disorientate me, where you're actually confused, and don't know what to do. And I'm sure, they're going to try to take, end up taking, what I have, like IDs or whatever. I suspected, they got a frequency like dummy somewhere, is what I'm gathering. And they do stuff magnetically with that. I felt nausea. I felt my eyes. I was somewhere where I was laying down and my eyes started involuntary going different ways. I have muscle spasms in my right knee a lot, in my legs. They got control of my central nervous system. And it's not funny. I'm seeking the public's help. If anybody has knowledge on how to help me, I would appreciate you contact me. You know what I mean? For real. Contact me through the email, I guess. And I'll just go from there. I'm on Facebook. I put stuff on there. I wish it was a hoax. I wish it was, you know what I mean? But it's not. I have no reason to, you know what I mean? To lie. I know that they try to break you down, and get you, make you have multiple personality disorders, switch characters, they say. They're trying to say, once you switch characters, be somebody else, be a gay dude, and then this and that or something, you know what I mean? Say real weird stuff. And because, and they lie all the time, which causes multiple personality disorder when you start lying all the time. And they got dissociative identity disorder. They're bipolar, a lot of them, and they have schizophrenia. And that's where they put the SMI people on there, and and stuff like that, and they were like, they'll put them on there. They'll put informants on there, local informants. There's a lot of people involved. They got federal informants that work with all these other people. When I went up to the Fed building, I seen those people up there, and they, the blonde dude. I seen these people ride by, and they were just looking at me. I was like, "This is what it is. It's MK Ultra. It's mind control." I just printed out a whole bunch of papers. So this is what it is, because I then went up there, and I went up there and actually told them, something's going on, and this is what I'm hooked up, and I don't know how. And I started doing homework, and I found out what it was. And now I went up there for their help, and they wouldn't help me because I guess they went up there and told them this and that. They told them something. Those people, and they're the ones that got the the stuff, the stuff to talk to. They're the one that's handling this whole stuff that's involved. I wish, like I said, I'm asking people's help. Anybody that has any, any knowledge about it. they like I said, they take the frequencies, and like you have the say like the talking, the speaking, you're hearing the voices. That's uh, that is a symptom of having schizophrenia, and the same symptoms of the multiple personality, the switch in the lying, and the switch in characters and stuff like that, and lying. That's multiple personality disorder. And they try to make, if you don't have it, they try to make you have this, and then go through that way. You go when you go to if you go to one of those places, and then SMI, no one's going to believe you what you say, this and that, and then it's going to go just keep going on. Well, I'm not going to go to one of those. I'm not going to go to a psych ward and this and that. Uh, I know that they take my comedy skits. Like I try to tell jokes and stuff like that to keep sane, and I know they sell this stuff. They have certain people connected with other people that are that do comedy, and they sell everything they can. It's just like it's like a dope fiend with taking apart an air conditioner. They're going to sell the copper. They're going to sell the aluminum. They're going to sell everything that's worth selling. They're going to sell. They're doing this right here, and this is what's happening. And I say I'm the people's entertainment. I'm not, and I just wanted to let the public know, watch out for people, watch out for who you mess with, especially informants. Whatever you're doing, I don't know. You need to be aware of your surroundings. I've moved from city to city, trying to get a better taste of life, I guess, to get away from one area and try to get a better, like start fresh. And I guess I regret doing it because I run into this, MK Ultra, the mind control and all that. The gangstalking. I'm putting this on here because like I said, I'm asking the people's help, to help me figure out if they have any answers. Please let me know, because I need information to help to help me, because it is happening. It's a real thing, and it's going to happen to other people. Like I said, they call it behavior modification. What it is they're doing it to make money, and it's entertainment purposes. I know one thing, it's not funny. So if anything weird happens, it's why, how. I'm just for insurance purposes, and if something go ahead and get signed, I'm gonna try to get a power of attorney on that end, just in case, just to cover my cover my end. And I'm gonna put this on YouTube, and hopefully it'll cover that. And I'm reaching out, like I said, to the public for help. And I appreciate it. Just watch who you mess with, because they could be stalking you and taking your frequencies, and the weird things will start happening. It's very real. And to stop. The weaponry is sold on the internet to the public. That's not right, and that's not cool, and it is not safe. You talk about terrorism, how do you You know, we got terrorism, we got ISIS or whatever we call that. Bin Laden's people, and I don't know how you really say stuff about that when our people are doing stuff, terroristic stuff. That this is exactly what it is to their own people with electronic, direct energy weapons, all of that. Just look on there on stop the Psy War. It's a stop War.com. And how I found all this other stuff is the the Black Ops thing on there. That's how I found out where the voices were coming to, and how everything I was experiencing is all right there. But I need to find out how to get checked and how to get it stopped before it gets bad. And I don't know. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you watching this. Now you reach out to somebody. All right. Thanks.